Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Real Ball Talk. Hope everyone is blessed. What are you telling me, Jalil?
Yeah, good bro, good bro, good to be back. We've been away for a while, but yeah, it's interesting, man. Season's literally about to end, but there's so much going on, man. It's crazy, man. I hope you boys are good, man.
Oh, good, bro. Can't complain. What are you telling me, Jeff?
Yeah, all good, man. Just enjoying these races at the foot of the table and the top of the table. It's looking interesting, man.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Big up everyone already tuned in. Make sure you smash a like on the video. Subscribe to RBT. Should be a good show today. A lot to get into. But yeah, let's get into it straight away. I think normally we'd like to start with the league leaders, but they had a relatively comfortable game against Leeds, barring that whole penalties scuffle. So let's go to the main game of the weekend, which was Newcastle Arsenal. I think most people thought that it was going to be the official nail in the coffin of the title race. And to be fair to Arsenal, it wasn't. Newcastle started off on fire the first 10 minutes. But I think Arsenal, in a weird way, I'll be interested to see what you guys think. But whilst Arsenal don't have experience of being a top title challengers in terms of every year, they still have more experience than Newcastle in terms of having the expectations of being a top side. And there's a part of me that thought Newcastle, they were on mad form. They started to believe that hype. They saw the crowd, everyone pumped. They saw Arsenal were on wobbly form. And they thought, we'll just come there, turn up, and smoke these men. So when Arsenal then got that goal and fought back, Newcastle, I thought, like, they showed a lot of inexperience. That's why some of the fouling that they were doing, I thought was a bit odd. They don't usually play like that. You know, that's not usually their style of football. So, yeah, I think they did show some inexperience. And also, some of their lack of quality, I think, showed as well. There's still a few areas that they need to upgrade. But overall, great win for Arsenal to win at Newcastle, third in the league. It's a great win. So what are you saying, Jalil, man? How you feeling about the victory in the game?
Look, I'll say this, yeah. I've been saying it for a while. I think I have to draw it back all the time. If it wasn't for the Liverpool, West Ham, then Southampton draws, I'll be in a different boat. I'm just excited that Arsenal's winning, but I just don't see us in this race anymore. I think the race is done. 100% City ain't dropping any points because I think, if I'm not mistaken, they've got to draw and lose for us to have some sort of faith and hope in terms of winning this league. And I just can't see it happening, for being honest with you. You know, I mean, and it goes back to just like going to games. So I went to the Chelsea game, watched it live, and watching the boys and that, and just seeing them put up a good performance. You know, Jorginho was, what a player, man. You know, in that middle of the park, and it's quite funny that Arteta said I'm the player in the middle of the park to show them what they're missing, kind of thing. Is kind of the sense you got from that game. And he played outstanding. I think the whole team played outstanding. And there's one player that I've been criticising. I'm very eager to criticise someone early doors in this. I think his name Crivial or something like that for us. Our centre back. Crivial or something like that. Man, I'll learn his name. Man. I'll butcher a lot of people's names, but yeah, no. With him, I thought, yeah, he's gonna be like. I was watching him. I was like, oh, he's gonna be shit. Man won a lot of headers, won a lot of draws and that. So I was quite impressed with him. I'll be honest. So I'll be the first one to put my hands up and said I was wrong about that situation, innit? So I was wrong. He does look like one for the future. He's quite young. He's both feet as well. I heard that he can play CDM if need be. He can play left back as well. Apparently, yeah, anywhere around the back, which is quite interesting, and it's quite good to have a versatile kind of player. But yeah, man. I mean, look, you got to look at the bigger picture, man. I think we all need to look at the bigger picture here. And City, in the last 6 years, really have been doing what we call a farmers league kind of thing, in terms of like your Bayern Munich's competing on, they might lose it 1 year, or your PSGs. You get what I'm saying? City's that kind of what they are in the Prem. And anybody will tell you, Liverpool fans will 100% tell you, yeah, it's not easy because they how you finishing on that many points with City, yeah, and they won, I think, 19 games in a row and lost the title to them. they'll tell you how hard it is. Do you know what I'm saying? What was it? Did they finish on 89 points and 98 points? How many points did they finish that season?
97.
97 points, bro. How you finish on 97 points and not winning the league? Make it make sense to me.
It's insane, yeah.
And City's there. This is what I'm trying to tell people. City's just there, bruv. Like, they won it in the last game. So it just shows you what kind of league we're in at the moment. So I'd always tell like Arsenal fans not to be too disheartened with this because, you know, City are beasts. They're just upgrading all the time. I do think it will change next year. You know, I think a lot more teams will be challenging for that title. I think City will 100% be in the mix, but it could be anyone, you know. It could even be United if they keep top four and buy some good players. It could be it could be us. It could be Liverpool's back. You know, Liverpool just needs a couple midfielders. But yeah, City are just unstoppable, bro. And we've got to be honest, as fans, football fans, if anything, you know, they kind of deserve to win this. If I'm being totally honest with you. So yeah, I mean, and other than that, man, the game was good. I see Newcastle trying to bully us. I see the fans getting pissed off because we're wasting time in the 80th minute. When they came to our ground, 0-0, they started wasting time for the 8th minute, from the 8th minute. So, yeah, I mean, there you go. It felt sweet to watch that game, you know, tried to bully us and everything. It just didn't work. And that, you know, Odegaard's been turning up. And I feel like when Odegaard turns up, despite missing that goal when he took it with his right leg, right foot, but he's just been outstanding, man. Like, that shot was a thriller. Yeah, he's been active, man. He's been active. I think the whole team's been active and stuff, you know. Gabriel Martinelli's been active as well. I have got some question marks over, well, not really, but here and there with Zinchenko, because it was the same thing I was getting on to Tierney about, and I think the defensive's got to be there. But I see that teams are doing that now in terms of playing fullbacks, which has started from him with Pep at City, where he came into midfield and someone will cover that. So we just need a better player who can cover those positions, because we're seeing Liverpool do that now. Trent looks outstanding in that position. Finally, we get to see it in midfield. You know what I'm trying to say? We see Stones doing it for City, and I think that's bizarre because I never thought Stones was that kind of player. But well, it's composure, ball retention, mad thing, and that's what you need from a player like that in the midfield. I just wish I saw that a bit more on Zinchenko and that, if I'm being totally honest with you boys. But all in all, I'm just excited to watch Arsenal. Like the way we play. When we play Brighton, I'm not expecting I'm expecting us to win, but I'm not expecting it to be like, oh, the title hopes are still open. I just want us to win every single game towards the end of the season to send a message to the league next year. Go into summer, buy some decent players, you know, win Champions League, confirm that. And yeah, all should be well, man. All should be well.
Yeah, it's interesting because with Odegaard, especially, obviously, there's a few players that have dropped off in form in the running. I think Saka's one of them. He's dropped off massively last few weeks. But Odegaard's an interesting one because he's a very interesting player in the sense that up to the final third, he's very intricate with his passing. Mm-hmm. But when he gets to the final third, he's actually more shoot first than people think.
Which is like
good. Which is good. No, which is good. Obviously. But I've noticed there was one time first half where I don't know if you guys remember, Martinelli was in. But Odegaard waited because he wanted to use Martinelli's run to shoot, similar to what he did for the goal. And he's done that a few times this season. So it's actually made me realize that Odegaard, and that's one of the biggest differences that I think him and Ozil have when people made that comparison. Ozil makes that pass 10 out of 10 times. Whereas Odegaard will sometimes use the run to shoot. So it's interesting. He's got good shooting, don't get me wrong, very good shooting, very accurate shooting. So if you have the space to shoot and you can shoot, fair enough. You know what I mean? Look at the goal he scored. Class goal. So, and 15 Prem goals. Pretty much all of them from open play as well.
It's the only person to do that, along with De Bruyne.
What, in terms of the number of open play goals, in it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from midfield. So again, that tells you everything. You know, there's no one can talk about like penalties or anything like that, or set pieces. Even then, if you score free kicks, that's not something to take away from someone anyway. But yeah, no, I think I agree. Obviously, Newcastle, again, they were trying to kick. I didn't get that approach. I thought that was weird. But then again, I think it's weird. I thought Arsenal's shape through the middle was quite good. They didn't really get through the middle that much. It was out wide that they were getting in. And boy, Zinchenko defensively is bad because you can't make Jacob Murphy who was a championship player last season, look like that. That one where he slipped and got cooked, nah, man, that was crazy. The positioning was all wrong from minute one. So yeah, let me read out this comment before I get on to Jeff. Big up Wayne Tevers in the building saying no show from the star boy yet again. When is that fraud going to start getting the criticism he deserves? He's talking about Saka. Boy, yeah, Starboy Saka. We'll talk about Saka if you want. Big up Ed in the building. Come on, just played football with Ed. I know his legs are slumped too.
Salute to Ed.
Arsenal's title to lose. What are you saying though, Jeff? Are you believing again? Because obviously, I don't think any of us had when we made our predictions. Do you know what did you have? In fact, I can check on my thing when I load it up. But do you know what did you have Arsenal finishing on? Jeff, you had 88 in it. You had Arsenal finishing on 88 points.
I'm not sure. All I know is I had Arsenal losing by a point.
Oh,
you did. I remember this.
You did. You were the only one that had Arsenal losing.
He was.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. But none of us put Arsenal to win at Newcastle. I remember that 100%.
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah, bro. What you? That's why I need to check.
Yeah, check it. Let me know.
But yeah, Jeff, start talking to me about the game from your perspective. What did you see?
Yeah, I think we played well all in all. Like weathered the storm first 10. Like that goal goes in first minute, like that Jacob Murphy shot. Then it's probably a different game, or they get the penalty. But like once we weathered that storm, I think we played well, man. Like that was the first time I've been happy, like very happy this season with our Arsenal performance, because I think those are the kind of games that like make a team to me. Like that's a young team, Newcastle. Like that's a sleeping giant, man. Like you can say what you want about Newcastle. Oh, they've been relegated this many times. That's a footballing city. They got 60,000 people there. You heard when that game started, they weren't there to play any games. They were there to intimidate Arsenal. Because, and even like the approach, the approach was like you said, Newcastle's approach was physical. It didn't start. They're a physical team anyway, but it didn't start that way.
That way.
It was after the goal went in, and then the game got a little bit sticky. It just reminds me of the Liverpool game, and it worked for Liverpool. There was that moment where Trent and Xhaka had a little moment. Trent got the crowd going. He did what he was meant to do, and it rattled us, and they got their reward. So I think Newcastle were just trying the same thing, like try and get under our skin, try and get physical, especially you got people like Jorginho in the middle. Xhaka is an easy target. Let's see if we can rattle him and get him sent off. And Jesus, we saw Trippier, what he was trying to do with Jesus. And in the end, it nearly caused the Odegaard goal. You're so focused on beefing Jesus that when Saka got it, you didn't even do what you were meant to do because you're so focused on Jesus. If it was Jesus Day, he would have kicked him. But because it was Saka, he didn't. And then Odegaard nearly went and scored. But yeah, I think we played well, man. Like all in all, Kirill looked very, very comfortable. There's not many left-footed players that can play on the right side of the fence and use their right foot comfortably.
Yeah.
And that's an initiation, man. Like the Chelsea game, respectfully to Chelsea, they didn't show anything. Like Aubameyang was non-existent up front. Havertz was the same. This is your real initiation because like Callum Wilson is a prem striker. That's a real prem striker. Like if you're gonna do something good against him, then you're gonna fare well in the league because that's a strong player. I think Eddie Howe set up a little wrong. I don't think it was an inexperience of like the team. There was like moments where maybe they could have scored, like Willock and whatnot. I just think the Isak and Wilson thing, both starting, like Isak starting wide. If it was Isak through the middle, we would have had a tougher game, I think, because he
Eddie Howe did the easy option with that one.
I think
he said both players are on form. Let me shoot them both in.
Yeah, because it's worked for him. It's worked for him numerous times, but it should like off the bench. So he's like, all right, let's give him a start and let's see what they can do and try to overload Arsenal. Like if we put Isak out wide and we put Wilson on, then maybe we can get a couple goals when we're swinging in crosses and whatnot. It just never worked out that way. There maybe should have been better with Wilson from the bench, which he has been doing, and then start Almiron, St. Maximan, whoever, and then have the option of Wilson coming off the bench. So I think he made a little error there. They still played well, like Newcastle played well. I just think we matched them, like all in all. Jorginho was spectacular in the middle. Like he's just doing the basics very well.
Yeah.
Like and that last or 3 games prior, that's the things Partey wasn't doing. Partey's still a great DM to me, but those last 3 games, it was just like, all right, you're not doing the basics, so you warrant the dropping. Like Jorginho has come in, and it's just refreshing to see someone just do the basics. Like there's no dilly dallying on the ball. Like it wasn't like over reliant on physicality because you don't have any. Like it's just positional play. That's it, and that's what he did. He done his job well, and I think Xhaka was slept on. I think Xhaka had a really, really, really good game. A really good game.
Solid.
Yeah. So like he was good. Last minute tackles, just keeping the game ticking. Yeah, just keeping the game ticking. The Zinchenko thing all it is you're just being punished, and it's more noticeable because we're not winning anymore. Like these things have been happening all season, but it's just the other side, like what he offers, he still was offering it in that game, like passing between the lines, getting on the ball. He does that. He's great at that. It's just now when those situations where it's one-on-one, earlier in the season when we had like Saliba, when we had that solid back 4, you get rescued a lot or we'd win. Now it's all right. We've had a little wobble, maybe in the last, you could say, month, and a lot of the goals have come from his side. Like even like the Jacob Murphy thing, like the one where you mentioned it, where Isak ended up hitting the post. That's just your body shape is all wrong. Like that's why you slipped.
That's why he slipped.
So you try to do a 360 turn, like you literally turned all the way around. So Arteta that was another thing. Arteta made the right subs at the right time. Like the time in which Zinchenko went off was the right time to bring Zinchenko off. Like, Zinchenko normally comes off anyway a lot of the time. He doesn't always finish games
earlier than usual. Yeah,
he brought him off by, if I'm not mistaken, it was before the 60th minute. He was off. Just like, okay, like Murphy is looking dangerous. He's going at you. They could bring on Gordon. They could bring on St. Maximin, and they're even more dangerous with the ball at their feet. So let's get you off now. And Tierney did well. Like Tierney come on, and Tierney just again basics. And that's what the team. That's what you want from your team. Like, all right, we know these players may be better for the style, like Partey and Zinchenko, but if it's not working, we can bring you off at any moment, and we got players who can come on and do what they need to do. And that's what Tierney did. Like Tierney came on, just even the goal came from him, really, him and then Jesus. Like Tierney wins the ball, gives it to Jesus, nice turn, gives it to Martinelli, and then Martinelli goes and does what he does, just stretches teams. So all in all, I think we played really well. That was probably to me, that's my personal best performance of the season.
Okay. Just because in terms of like, it wasn't because of the caliber of opposition, the feeling behind the game. I get it. It makes sense. Like there's probably games where the football's been more free flowing, but that also has to do in parts with who you're playing against.
Yeah, this is a real like Premier League match. Like you're not always going to play like Arsenal style is a bit more pretty, and Newcastle are just a bit more like physical and like an old school Premier League team. So being them, go on, bro.
You know what I was going to say, Jeff? Sorry to interrupt you. I was going to say yesterday felt more like a throwback game, how it was 10, 15 years ago. And you can even look at the end of the game, if you look at the possession stats, it was like 54-46, which is very minor. Yep. And it makes you realize those games are way more enjoyable to watch.
Yep, those are games I love watching. Like even like you're saying the kicking, I like it because
I don't mind it, to be honest.
You have to
sometimes it's stupid, but overall
I like it because
add to the drama, innit? Add to the drama.
Yeah, no, just I'm tired. Not I'm tired of seeing the same style, but like the football, the overkill 2-3-5 is great to see. Don't get me wrong, it's lovely, but you need other styles in football. It can't just be 2-3-5. Will pass you to death 90% to 10, and we win games. No, face a team who's gonna fight, because that's what makes football. It's not just the Pep style of football. There's other ways to win games. That's why I don't mind managers like Sean Dyche or Sam Allardyce, because there's other ways to
skin a cat.
Yeah.
like Leeds City is like perfect example. City had 83% possession, and it's like I just don't get how we've got here where you as a football, like, just imagine yourself playing football, being a team that has 17% possession,
90 minutes plus.
Like, if you were going to kick ball, you wouldn't go back to that session.
No,
bro, it's all.
You never go back to that session if you've got 17% of the ball. That's as a team. So what about you as an individual?
Yeah, you probably had that's why you end up with that. We still talking about Haaland might get 40 touches max out of an 85% possession in his team.
Yeah.
Imagine what the likes of Bamford are doing. 2, 6, 10 touches.
If that.
And then anytime you get it, you're expected to be perfect. Because if you lose it, everyone's like, oh, you need to hold it up. And it's like, bro, even if I hold it up, who I got?
And perfect example of this today is Brighton are playing right now, and they're playing the normal Brighton way, and they are 4-0 down.
4-0
down. Ryan McNeil scored again. So that just shows you that Sean Dyche, that Allardyce I know, like, Allardyce caught some stick of what he said earlier in the week. He said, like, depth-wise, to me that ain't crazy. Like, I understood what you were saying. Like, saying the depth of my football knowledge is with Pep and Mourinho or whoever. Not saying I'm better, just saying I've been in this a long time. Like, in this Premier League, there ain't many man that can tell me to do what I'm, who can do better than what I'm doing with what I've got.
Nah, he's talking about the experience, man, for sure.
Yeah. So, like, this is a prime example. They're 4-0 down. 4
at home.
And this is and Brighton probably play the best football in the league.
Yeah.
They play better football than City and Arsenal.
Yeah. For me, they do. Yeah, I agree. Big up Raekwon in the chat. Big up Raekwon, young baller. Jalil knows Raekwon as well, young baller. Big up, man. Appreciate you. People obviously smash a like, subscribe if you're new. Question for Jeff from Ed. Jeff, Damien Duff or Saka? To be fair, this is actually a question at the moment because Duff was good.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know, because Duff is not an attractive name, maybe. Duff was cold.
Yeah, that's what Duff was actually a good player. I can't even lie, bro.
Duff and Robin had the streets on fire. Duff on the right wing and Robin on the left. Duff. Saka, don't get me. Saka is still one of the best young players. I know, he's had a dip. Yeah, it happens. And I think he's injured. I saw a report where I think he's got an ankle injury or something. So he's gonna have to fight through that for the rest of the season because
no one's gonna give him that injury pass. You know how it goes. If you step on the pitch,
that's how it goes, man. That's life.
How it goes. Nature of the game. Yeah, it's life.
That's
you know
life.
what I mean?
But and he's got no support. So just continue fighting, my boy.
100%. DJ Manor saying they laughed at me. They said we bottled it.
Salute.
I see you're still here, bro. So I rate that. You've been here every game, every stream this season. You've been here. So big up, DJ, man. Hope you're well, my guy, man. Hope you're well, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully there'll be another barbecue soon if Jalil sets us up nice, innit?
I've got one coming, man. Don't watch June. End of June, we got everyone's coming through. We're gonna have a nice day again.
Oh my God, is that the Tato celebration?
I wish. Well, we can't celebrate coming second. We get laughed at again.
100%. Wayne Tevez saying Saka or young Robin.
Can't even compare. I know what Wayne Tevez is doing here, but we can't even compare Saka to one of the GOAT wingers. I'm sorry. in any capacity. We're not doing that.
Yeah, I think you said it because there were some Arsenal fans on TikTok were comparing them, innit? So,
Oh my god!
you know what it's like, Jeff. You know what it's like. That's why these players get all this hate because these comparisons get made, man. Big up the 8 people in the building, by the way. Everyone smash a like, please. If you're new, subscribe. Raekwon saying barbecue, I'm rolling. Jalil, you got an extra guest now.
Yeah, you can
You
come
got
true. Do
some
you know
more
what? Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny? He's the reason I played football on Sunday.
Raw, Raekwon. Now you've been doing
it's not his fault, though. It's not his fault because it was against me and we were running. And I think someone tackled and he fell onto my knee. And I was out. Since then, I ain't played football, bro.
Hey, now Raekwon, that's a red card, bro. That's a red card.
No, I'm joking.
He's a
baller. He's a baller, man.
Yeah, nah, baller. I can smell something brewing, lads. 35 down, 3 to go. Come on, you Gunners. Boy. Let's see, man. It's going to go down to the wire. Wayne Taylor saying, what do you think of Arsenal fans saying Arsenal's front 3 can be compared to MSN? That was Turkish, you know? That was Turkish. That was Turkish.
Nah, it wasn't Turkish.
Yeah, you know, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Turkish, bro.
It was Turkish, you know. I swear it was Turkish. It was Turkish, you know.
Nah, can't
it was
be,
Turkish, bro. It was Turkish. He said it on TikTok. He said it, bro.
It was joking, isn't it?
No, it was being deadly serious.
Was he being deadly serious, or was it just one of those to spark conversation and get some traffic?
No. Fam, we know Turkish, bro. Like, he's not that type to make stupid statements. Couldn't believe it.
I refuse to believe that was a genuine statement. Like he was just. That's just a conversation.
I'll show you after, innit? I'll show you after. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I couldn't.
We're talking about the right MSN.
MSN.
You're not talking about MSN Messenger.
No, not Messenger, bro. Messi's name was Suarez, bro.
Yeah. It's just the way to generate conversation. I'm sure. There's no way.
No. You know what? I was saying it yesterday to someone after football. I was saying, we all have our one mad football opinion that I think we only believe that if we said it out loud, people would look at us and be like, yo, are you crazy? Can you guys think of something that you believe your heart? But if you said it out loud, people will be like,
well, I think you guys know one of mine is, I say, I got 2. I got Bale is better than Neymar.
I don't think that's insane.
Okay. And I've got Roberto Carlos was an awful left back.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, you see that one? Yeah. People will agree with you. Actually, then in that case, well, you're the one that hates Ramos as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like Ramos.
Yeah. So that one, but then again, the Ramos one, he's had some mad moments defensively. So even that one, I can kind of understand. You know what I'm saying?
Roberto Carlos used to get cooked on a regular basis, but because he used to run up to his free kicks a certain way, then we like it.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think the Bell Neymar one is wild. Like, I disagree, but I don't think it's wild.
Okay.
I mean,
what about what's yours, Jalil?
No, you go first.
Nah, I was thinking of one guy I overlike and one guy I overhate. So I was thinking, which one should I think of first in terms of overhate? But I can't quite think of who's the most overrated guy that everybody rates. I can't quite decide. But in terms of guy I overrate the most, I mean, to be fair, it might be similar to Jeff. Jeff said he thinks Bell's better than Neymar. I think Hazard was better than Neymar.
I'm not gonna argue with you. Like, I think Neymar's.
Fair enough.
I think Neymar's peak.
This is peak for Neymar still.
Neymar's peak was sick, but bro, his peak wasn't that long.
In fact, this is my wild take. I just remembered. Black hair Neymar with the short hair like mine now. For 6 weeks, top 5 player I've ever seen. That's 6 weeks. Where he done that flick over the head against Villarreal. That Neymar with the low hair, top 5 player I've ever seen. Top 5 player I've ever seen. Okay. I can't lie. That's for me, and that's for me. Raekwon saying Bell couldn't lace Neymar's boots. So there you go,
Hey,
brother.
Raekwon.
That's a strong statement.
Couldn't lace his
Raekwon
boots.
said, bro said awful left, but that's the Roberto Carlos one.
Oh, yeah. Well, he wasn't a good left back.
So good,
Big up Sahan in the building saying Wagwan man, them 12th reserve in the building. Big up, my guy. Big up, man. Big up, man. Big up, bro. But yeah, do you know what's your wild statement, bro, that you believe?
Yeah, I've been saying it for the longest. It's the Paul Scholes one. That he's probably one of the best passers ever to touch the ball. And I think I always make this.
It's not wild at all.
I always make this argument about Xavi and Iniesta were saying it even before they played him in the Champions League final and stuff, and they just kept talking about him all the time, in interviews, the build up and everything, and they just kept saying, you could have spoke about Ronaldo, you could have spoke about who else was there? Rio Ferdinand as the defender, just kept speaking about Paul Scholes.
Just talking about anyone, yeah.
That says a lot about a player, but not just them, but just what I saw growing up.
Zidane too spoke about Scholes.
Literally all the greats. That's why I don't think that's what. Nah, you might need something wilder, man. That one's a feasible one.
But do you have Scholes ahead of Iniesta?
Yeah, I have Scholes as number 1, bro. You give me sense as CM. I think we had this argument, and then Scholes got number 4, 3. I can't remember when we did our CM, but I back Scholes. I back Scholes, but I had something crazy kind of is I think Xavi was better than Iniesta.
That's all day. I stand by that all day. We did our show and we did the midfielders. I've always said that.
You have.
I can't see it. You can't fathom it. Look at him. You can't even fathom it.
To me, Iniesta's obviously ridiculous. Scholes, all right, put it this way. I think Scholes is comfortably better than Pirlo. To me.
Yeah, I think so.
Comfortably.
Pirlo's a set piece. He's a set piece specialist though. Penalties, free kicks. Pirlo's got it, but gameplay. Yeah.
Pirlo's don't get me wrong. Pirlo's amazing because he was a DM who didn't play DM. You don't make you just stand there. But Scholes, it just how it highlights how good Scholes was. He came back at 38 when Man United were having a tough season and nearly made them win the title. It just shows how good you are. You come back with black boots, all black. I don't know. They could have been Patrick. Bro, he balled out in those. He definitely went sports watch because he had no sponsor.
Yeah,
he had no sponsor, but he didn't need one, bro.
That guy there,
he didn't need one, man. But yeah, it's what, it'll be interesting to obviously we got 6 people in the building. People, feel free to put in the chat what you think is your wildest football opinion. Because obviously we had one guy yesterday, one of our guys, big him up. I'm not going to say his name. He was saying that he thinks Jota's better than Vinicius Jr.
No.
Wait, what?
Let's stop right here.
Wait, what?
I know we got other things to talk about. Excuse me? Diogo Jota.
Yeah.
Then Vinicius Jr. We're talking about the Vinicius Jr. Real Madrid, not like Carlo Vinicius at Fulham. We're not talking about that.
Nah, bro. Vinicius Jr., bro.
Is he a Liverpool fan?
He must be. To be fair, he was smoking weed when he said it.
Who? You're not naming shame.
Nah, name and shame still. Anyone who was there yesterday knows who it is, isn't it? So, boy.
He didn't say that with a straight face.
Nah, said a straight face. Straight face still.
Jota is better than Vinicius Jr., who's probably one of the best wide forwards in football right now.
Right now.
So he thinks Diogo Jota is one of the best wide forwards in football right now.
Yep.
He's not even the best wide forward at his club.
He might not, real talk. He might not even be the second best. Luis Diaz is better.
Diaz is clearly better than Jota, and Salah is a disrespect to even compare Jota to Salah.
Yeah, it's madness. Yeah, Saha was there, innit? Saha, who was smoking, innit? Who was smoking. So, boy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Prayers and thoughts. Thoughts and prayers. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But my God, that is
But it just goes to show the beauty of football, man. Like the way we see it, it really is very individual. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, there's some things. Like one of our guys is saying, like you can have an opinion, but it can be the wrong opinion. That
Yeah,
might
it's
be
true.
one of those. That might be one of
Yeah,
those that falls into that bracket, innit? But
yeah.
I,
That one
I,
is. No, go on, bro.
No, sorry, I was just going to say I stand on opinions being wrong. It's like one day I'm going to wake up and say the sky is green when I know the sky is blue. That opinion is wrong. Just because it's my opinion is right to me is wrong in reality. Saying Jota is better than Vinicius.
Nah, but I'd love to hear his reasoning behind why he said that. Like, if you like made him explain his statement, like what would his reasons be?
Mm.
to be fair, I think everyone was so shocked that he said it. We kind of didn't even ask for the reasons.
Yeah, like
The reasons could make it worse.
yeah. But then it also just make you realize, this is just pure bias, or you're just saying this to start a conversation because it doesn't even make sense. Like, it's not like you said Salah is better than Vinicius Jr. or I don't know Martinelli or Saka or something, which would make a little more sense. You went with Jota.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's crazy.
Right. Well, yeah, man. But madness still. But in terms of going back to the title race, just wrapping up quickly, Arsenal, Newcastle. Jalil, what % chance do you give Arsenal of winning the league?
I give them a strong 3.333%.
Strong.
Yeah.
3.3. Hey, fair enough. It's better than 0.
Yeah, it's better than 0. That's
Yeah,
the percentage I see them having because City have that 96 point. Jeff knows the math, boy, so I'm not going to.
6-7.
There you go, 6-7%. That's what they have. So yeah, I'm not going to change my mind with that, bro. I just don't see us doing it. So you can have a bit of faith. Anything, it's football and anything can happen. And
football, yeah.
But I know City too well, man. And I go back to saying what I said before in regards to they're the only ones who've been competing for that title up there, other than Liverpool, and Liverpool's only won it once. That says a lot about football to you, bro. So
very, very true. And Jeff, what % do you give Arsenal?
I'll go with 7 max. Like, listen, City have won 10 games on the bounce. Like, listen, it's and I know it's easy to just laugh at Arsenal because we would have been leading and lost, and we've been leading for like 240 days or whatever that stupid stat was that come out. But City are one of the best Premier League teams ever. They've won. Look, think of it like this way: if we lose to City, they won 10 games on the bounce. They've got a guy who's broken the Premier League record.
It was both of them, by the way.
It was so bad that he like the only record that mattered was Salah. You brought in the 42 game season as well. He broke that one too.
Yeah, literally.
So there's too many things, and they're on course for a treble as it stands. So if we're to lose, it's no shame.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, but yeah, it's one of them ones where it's just funny how people will remember history. I give them a 10% chance, but because if you guys remember in 2008 when we were 5 points clear with 10 games to go, I've heard multiple people, even from my work, who are Arsenal fans, say, man, remember that season in 2008 when we were 12 points clear with a game in hand and we threw it away? And I was like, 12 points clear with a game in hand and threw it away? That never happened. Like, why are we now making things up to make the bottle seem even worse? Do you know how much 12 points clear with a game in hand is with 10 games to go? So I'm like, are people going to do the same in 10 years and say Arsenal were 12 points clear and just start making up numbers to make it work? Like,
you know, when people, revisionist historians are the best, because if they say it enough, then someone will believe it.
Yep. 100%. So I give Arsenal a 10% chance, but again, let's see how it goes. I think if City win the next 2 Prem games, it's over, because then they know they can lose one, and then, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's fine then. So the Everton game, I think, will be key. I don't think Chelsea will give them any problems. especially as his last game at the Etihad, they'll be up for it. So
Mm.
yeah. But what was I going to say? Moving on to Man United, because obviously City, obviously pretty routine win, good around 2 goals. I don't know if there's really too much we even need to say on that game. It was very easy. Anything you guys want to say on the City game?
Nah, they won that game and then just started messing around like they did with Leicester.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, literally.
Usual.
But Gundogan, by the way, special footballer. Special footballer. And again, De Bruyne, when he's back in the team, makes such a difference, man.
Now them. Oh yeah, there's one thing to say. It kind of clicked with us, but De Bruyne and Haaland. Yeah. We knew that De Bruyne is the main guy that can set up Haaland. Now he's going beyond Haaland. It's a problem. If next season that continues, because Haaland's getting better too, like, as a footballer.
Mm-hmm. He is. It's worrying for the league still. But let's get on to the top 4 race quickly, man. United going to West Ham, losing 1-0. The top 4 race is somehow now back on. And you know what? I thought with United, let's do it a bit different, because I've seen a lot of United fans going into meltdown because they're worried they're going to throw this away. And we have to remember, some of them before the Liverpool away game, when they got smoked at Anfield, were saying they are outside contenders for the title. Now, to go from that to finish in 5th would be embarrassing.
Very.
So let's just do this with United, because obviously they lost fair and square. We can all agree. Shout out Paqueta, by the way. He's getting used to the Prem now. I like Paqueta. But let's just go straight and do a United keep or sell quick, because we need to understand who is actually good enough for United. So we'll go through one by one. We'll each take one, and then you guys just tell me keep or sell. And obviously, if you want to then elaborate on that specific player because you feel like you need to, then do so. Otherwise, just quick keep sell. So I'll start with you first, Jalil. One of the big talking points. Made that mistake yesterday. De Gea, keep or sell?
I'd say that was a big mistake, to be fair. I'd say I still say keep. I still feel like he's had a few dodgy moments this season in particular, but I'll still keep him, honestly.
Okay, you'd keep. Jeff, Diego Dallo. You can say 3 options. Keep, bench, sell.
So, I think he started the season okay, but then I don't know what if he had like a World Cup high, like when he like dislodged Cancelo from the team. He's been terrible ever since. And then Wan-Bissaka looks like he's been working hard, like in trading outside of the game, like, and he's playing well. So Man United need to buy a right back, but Wan-Bissaka should be the backup. Dallo should leave.
Okay, so Dallo gone. Who have I got? Wan-Bissaka. I'll keep him as a squad player, to be honest, because you can throw him in certain games and just tell him just do a job. Just do a job. So I'd keep him as a squad player, and then just upgrade a right back and get a proper right back, and then get some money. I think you can get money for Dallo. I can see him going La Liga or something, or Serie A. I can see him playing at that level comfortably, to be honest. Yeah. So I'll say squad player for Wan-Bissaka, Jalil, Varane.
Keep.
Cool, yeah, straightforward. Same thing, I'm guessing, Jeff. Martinez.
Oh, listen, keep. Capital Keemp.
Yep. Fuck, make him captain, bro.
That guy's fantastic.
Cool. Harry Maguire, I mean, so
speaks for itself.
Yes, he speaks for himself, man. Jalil, Lindelof.
Lindelof, squad player, bench. He's good to come in. He's good. I'll say this though, I thought they're gonna get totally ripped apart. He's actually done a job, he's been alright to be fair. He makes mistakes. No, there's not one defender in history that hasn't made mistakes. He makes mistakes, which is very clear, but he still does a job. So I'd say keepers. He's not complaining. He's not moaning about game time. We haven't heard nothing in the news or him moaning. So keep him on the bench, man. Cup games and that.
Yep, agreed. Spence, Jeff, Luke Shaw. Tough one, isn't it?
This one's tough. I would say bench, because he's played well. He's actually been okay this season. Since he moved to centre back, he's been good. But the thing with him is he's always one game away from a bad spell. And it's been a repetitive thing in his career at Man United. He's been doing this for 8 years, consistently. I'll play good for one season, bad for one. So he makes you think that you don't need to buy someone because he always does this. They should buy someone and put him on the bench.
Yeah, I agree. Which makes it tough then, because obviously you've got Malakia. I'll be honest, it might sound harsh. I don't rate him.
He's okay. He's cool.
So I'd probably maybe sell him, get proper left back, and then have Luke Shaw as backup. So yeah. I'd probably say sell. I know Jalil's got to bounce on a bit, so let's speed this up. Let's just do keep and sell for the rest. Casemiro, Jalil?
Keep. A bit of a hothead. I don't know if he's on holiday or anything, but I think he likes to take a red here and there, like a glass of wine and that. Do you know what I mean? So he seems to be enjoying that. But with that kind of quality and that kind of experience he's had, I don't think you would want to sell him, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I'll say keep.
Yeah, you know what it is with Casemiro though, and I don't know if you two have clocked it, is the more and more responsibility he's had on the ball, the more you see. Like, there was a reason why in Madrid you'd get the ball and just play 5 yards. Like, it's not because Modric and Kroos are that good, because they are that good, but it's also he hasn't got that consistency. When like Rodri gets the ball, you literally never worry about him losing it. With Casemiro, if it's the wrong day, it's a bit errant the pass and it's on and off. And that's why, I think he needs someone next to him that he can rely on to kind of give it and then dictate for him. Which brings us on to Eriksen, Jeff. What do you think?
Eriksen's keep. That's low risk, good player. They got for free. So, it's a no-brainer to keep. Maybe you can add someone else, but definitely keep Eriksen.
Yeah. Big up Rash in the building. Big up all guy Rash. Big up my brother. Hope you're well, man. Big up Rash every time, man. And smash the likes, people. I got Bruno Fernandes. Usually I would have said sell. Everyone knows how much I don't like this guy. However, in this deeper role, when he's played deeper, he's been class in the deeper role. I can't lie. He needs to stay there. He's way better there because it simplifies his game. So yeah, I'd keep him, but for that role. If he's not going to play that role and he's just going to play Cam and be a madman like he was yesterday against West Ham, then sell him and get money, because you can still get money for Bruno. He's a high value asset. But yeah, it depends where Ten Hag plays him. Big up Sam saying, can't be calling Eriksen low risk when he's on the stairs.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. I wish I read that comment before I put it up on the screen. My Lord. Sam, big up, bro. We're banned. Thank you. Big up, brother.
Go back to America, man. Go back to America.
Whoa.
Yeah, hey, that was up-playing still. That
was a straight left.
That was damn. Okay, I didn't expect that. Still, that was X-rated. Big up, man. Damn, he took it to a different level. Still.
Whoa.
All right. Jalil, last one, because I know you gotta go. Let me give you Anthony.
Anthony keep, but I feel like he needs a bit of competition. So I'm not gonna say sell. It's too early. He's got qualities, but he's a showman, isn't it? He should have been in that movie. This is the greatest show. Do you know what I'm saying? He gives it a lot, but we need to see some end product, my guy. So I think he needs a bit of competition. He'll come into his own. He knows that. I feel like when you have competition, you know that you have to adapt somewhere else, and you've got to add something else to your game because he's got stuff to his game, but he just needs to release it, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. I'd probably keep him too. Jeff, Sancho. Yeah, tough one, isn't it?
It could be any of the three. That's how bad it is with Central. My God, I don't know.
It's tough, man.
Because I love Sancho, man. You know what? I'd keep. But I'll say this: he's probably got, like, outside of me, he's probably got 2-3 games to maybe save his United career.
Yeah, I agree. In my heart, I'd keep him, but if I'm thinking with my head, I might just say, you know what,
Cut your losses.
cut my losses, get money back, and good luck, man. I just want the best for Sancho in it. So, and I feel like United, he's just got that weight. So I tend to agree with you. In my heart, I'd say keep, but probably so overall. Let me give Jalil Rashford because I know he's got a goal. Jalil, Rashford quickly before you bounce.
I'll do Rashford and I'll go Rashford 100% keep. United wouldn't be where they are today if we went for him. But yeah, I'm going to say keep. I think he also needs a bit of competition, better than what's there. But I thought Martial could do that, but yeah, Martial needs to bounce and all, I think. But that's for another day. I'm going to be in the comments though, boys. I'm going to be watching.
Okay.
But yeah, peace, love. Take care, guys, yeah?
Big up Jalil every time, man. Big up Jalil every time. The Rashford point is interesting, as Jalil said. I agree. I mean, obviously, Rashford plays on the left. For anyone who's seen Martial recently, he can't move anymore. Like
Martial,
he can't move anymore. He apart from link play, he ain't got anything else left. He's got zero explosiveness. It's all gone. It's all gone.
Do you think it's gone, or he's just being a lazy bastard? Because I think he's just a lazy bastard.
Nah, because if he runs more than Weghorst in terms of trying to get the ball, Weghorst runs more off the ball, trying to get it back. But Weghorst just stands still when he's trying to get the ball. But Martial actually tries to come deep and then just tries to give it out wide to Rashford. But then watch Martial. No, Jeff, watch when Martial sprints.
No, but bro, at the end of the game, he took on 4 players like they weren't there. It was just the finish. I remember he still got it. I just think he's checked out. Like you know what he looks like? He looks like a guy who's worked 5-6 months straight in an office job and he's booked annual leave and he's already checked out. Like, it's a Thursday, but he's no longer working. All he's thinking about is his beach holiday in Spain.
Oh, yeah. We've all been there. I can't lie.
That's what he looks like.
It's a sick feeling.
He shouldn't be there anymore. He needs to go to a low pressure club or a low pressure league like France and go there and get a year or two of good favor. Like Lacazette's over there with 24 goals.
Yeah, but remember, Laca's like 31, bro. Martial's
27.
27, right?
Yeah.
So, like, that's what I'm saying. We're looking at him like he's a 30-year-old.
No, but you know what? He needs to go enjoy football again. He just looks like he doesn't enjoy football. Like, he's playing like
he's worn out or something mentally, where he's just like, it's done. It's never going to happen for me here.
I think I've always had this problem with Martial. Like, he's one of those guys. He's always been the best. So it's like he's never had to work. Like, so
yeah.
He's had 2 good seasons at Manchester United. His debut one, and then the one where it was a lockdown season. There's been and it's just like, all right, when he's enjoying it, he's on form. Like he loves it.
Yeah.
But then when there's like a little bit of adversity or you've got a fight, he wants nothing to do with it because it's almost like he feels he's too good to fight. And
There's
it's
an
just
element
like,
of that,
yeah. So it's like, bro, if you feel like that, go play for a team like, I don't know, Marseille. What's a French team that makes Champions League on a regular basis? I don't know if it's a Marseille or someone.
Bro, he basically needs to play for a team that's always got the ball.
Yeah, all that. That go to PSG or something, and in League One you'll be good. Like I don't know what you'll be like in Champions League, but League One you might get you 20 goals a season.
Yeah, he could, which is a good tally to be fair. Like 20
Solid.
goals is 20 goals. Like he's got the quality, but like you said, I think he's partly checked out, and partly I think when I see him sprint, bro, he just oh man, he's definitely lost some speed, man. Because like I bet because that run he made at the end was in a small gap. If you remember,
He
it
was
wasn't.
gone.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Them small little gaps, he's still got the feet. But you ask him to have more space and run at a man, he can't do it the way he used to because he's lost some of his speed, and then he probably feels sorry about the fact that he's lost some of his speed.
I don't know. I can't say it wrong. It just sounds crazy that a 27-year-old has lost their speed. It just seems mental of him. Like his whole game is mental. Like he plays with a moody face. He never looks interested. It's like, bro, like, is it a chore for you to play football? Like, did you want to get here, or were you forced? Like, did your family force you to be here? Like, what happened?
I think he loves football, but I think it's I don't know. It's just a weird one with him. He's hard to read.
Very strange guy, man. Very strange.
Hard to read. Yeah, because outside the football pitch, you never hear anything about him, really. Just
no. All you hear is about his escapades with his missus. Like he's going through all kinds of dramas.
Yeah, literally, and that's because more obviously, if you do a madness, you never know. Depending on the type of missus you have, you're gonna hear about it in the news. Not everyone's gonna go quiet, hush, hush. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. Because I swear his ex was like, she had her own following too, innit?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so that makes a difference. Because if it's just like a normal person, they might go away quietly, innit? Because it's a private thing. But if you're a public person, then
you gotta deal with that in the public, sir.
You gotta deal with that in the public, so it's a bit peak still. But yeah, so Martial, so
fast and then, too.
Weghorst, obviously.
My God, one of the worst signings, one of the worst loan signings ever. Don't get me wrong, Arsenal have got some stinkers like Dennis Suarez, Kim Kallstrom, like those two were. Yeah, but this, you know why I say Weghorst may be the worst? Because Dennis Suarez barely played, Kim Kallstrom barely played, Weghorst. I don't know how many games there were at the halfway stage or when the transfer window opened, when he joined. It might have been 19, 20 games. He's probably featured. He's probably featured in every game.
Yep.
And
he scored in the Prem for them.
I'm going to say yes, but I honestly don't know. Let's check this.
Oh, I don't think he has, you know.
If you, let's see.
I think he scored in the FA Cup.
Yeah, to be fair, he is playing as a DM.
Nope, he hasn't scored.
Oh my God, I was wrong. He's got 1 assist, so he's played 14 games. Sheesh. Whoa. All right. This is the most worrying part. He's had 11 shots. 11.
Oh my God.
11 shots. In 14 games.
That's less than one a game.
I'm sorry, audience. We need to do some quick maths here. 11 divided by 14. He's had 0.79 shots in the Premier League this season.
That's some people's strike rate, bro.
Oh my Lord. He's had 4 shots on target out of those 11 too.
4 shots on target in 14 games. Nah.
Oh my God.
What are we doing, Jeff?
Nah. You know what? He is the worst. He's the worst loan signing of all time. Obviously, it only worked at the time, or it didn't even get that much scrutiny at the time because Weghorst was just come off the back of scoring at the World Cup a couple of times. But this, they don't even use him as the big man. Like Holland will at least throw him crosses in the box, and then he can go in and win some headers. He's not winning anything. Like he's playing as deep as Casemiro at times.
Yeah, real talk. No cap. He actually is.
Wow.
Crazy,
Jesus
man.
Christ. Yeah, that. Oh, wow. Yeah, forget it, man. You need to leave the Prem.
Yeah, forget Man United. The Prem.
You might not be good enough here. You didn't work at Burnley. You were fighting with Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes and losing. So, like, and don't get me wrong. I think those are decent. They're okay Premier League strikers. You, on the other hand, no pun intended. Bro, what? Wow.
He scored one goal for Burnley, bro.
Nah, he didn't. Nah.
He did, bro. I swear now. Check. He scored one Prem goal for Burnley. I swear it was one.
Might be right. Oh no. Well, this is his overall Premier League stats.
Yeah,
He's
here we
played
go.
34 games.
Okay.
He scored 2 goals.
Okay, there. Sorry, 2.
It's 2. It's still just as bad. 1, 2, potato. 2 goals in 34. Oh.
And the maddest thing with that is he scored 2 in 24. So 2 in 34. I was doing him a favor there by saying 24. And yesterday, when he got taken off, she was shaking his head like, Ten Hag, what are you thinking taking me off?
Now, you know what? I thought you were shaking his head, yeah, because he was just shocked Man United are losing. Because I was thinking in my head, there is no way this man thinks he deserves to be on this pitch. There's no way.
Bro, it's like, no, but the whole time he's been at United, he's made me laugh. Like when they won the FA Cup semi-final and he ran towards the fans and left his whole team. I'm like, bro, you know when people say, like, I'd love to see a fan playing on the pitch for the team.
That's him.
That's him. Like, no offense to the guy, but my God.
Yeah, salute to you for making it this far, but you shouldn't have made it this far. Like,
yeah, real talk.
Yeah, like this is crazy. Like,
this is criminal.
He like on like the starting lineups, he plays a lot, and it looks like he's playing behind the striker. What? You're playing Weghorst behind Rashford.
Like, I can't lie. That's low-key a sackable offense by Ten Hag, you know.
Yeah, no, that is bad. I like Ten Hag a lot as a manager.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
that decision is mind-boggling.
Yep.
My God, yeah.
What we said about this? We're playing United history with Maguire.
I'm not playing Maguire with him. Weghorst stands alone.
Yeah, Weghorst is worse. Weghorst is worse.
Yeah, like if you're talking like overall, like you know what's gonna happen as well. Like Maguire, like the revisionist historians are gonna say Maguire had a good United career.
Yep.
He was a club captain. He's probably played, I'm gonna say 150, 200 United games.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they finished second with him at centre back. Second and third. And now without him, they're holding on to fourth at the moment.
Yep.
My God.
Let's see if they do that revisionist history for Pogba.
Yeah. Let's see. And I know Jalil said he would keep De Gea. De Gea would be at one of the top of my sales list, and it's not because of yesterday.
No, it's not. No.
It's the pattern of mistakes. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna, because I like De Gea, but let's just call a spade a spade. He's been there 12 years, I think.
Mm-hmm. 12, yeah, correct.
And everyone that when you look at De Gea, you go to that 2017 season because
he was
sensational. Like he was
yep.
amazing.
Yep.
Let's just say this: his time at United hasn't been great. Like all in all, like
nope.
He's for the tenure of the that he grew up at Manchester United, and all in all, he hasn't been the best there. Like when the game shifted to like being able to play with your feet, it's not just him and Lloris, two of the better goalies, maybe 7-8 years ago, they can't adjust. Like it's not even because that the mistakes, and he's done this many times with his feet. He's done this with the Messi shot. He's done this with, I'm sure
Brentford,
there's a Sheffield.
Remember
Brentford?
Yeah.
Sheffield United, I'm sure he's done one, if I remember correctly, where it was just almost like, are you match fixing? Like even yesterday, I see them trying to shoot him some bell because obviously he's an experienced goalie. It's like there's no shooting bell, slip or not. Why are your wrists so weak? Like how is this? Like this, you've palmed it and it's gone over your palm and in.
Yep.
No, it's unacceptable. Like some of these mistakes. That at some point, that he's 32, that he's no longer a kid. What he does, like when you watch United, he creates uncertainty with his feet.
Yep.
Because they go back to him, and it's like, all right, one time you might get a good pass. Like even yesterday, there were some passes where if Fornals or someone's more alert, they can nick it. Like your passes, there's no sureness on the passes. Like even like Ramsdale, like he passes with a little bit of arrogance, or Edison or Allison or those kind of keepers, even Raya, those kind of keepers, they pass with a little bit of arrogance because they're confident. Like De Gea never looks confident. So at this stage, if you want to get better and like you want to play this progressive style, the goalie's important. They see a lot of the ball. You can't keep this guy in goal.
And I think that plays a part into some of the errors that he makes too, because I feel like because he knows his passing from the back is such a topic.
Yeah,
he knows that for him to be verified in a way, he has to make the short stopping saves, which is why every once in a while you get this mad blunder. He has this random blunder once every
once every 20 games.
Yeah, where it's just mad. Like you can't. It's just crazy.
It's insanity, bro. Like
because you never know when that blunder's gonna come. How can you rely on him?
Yeah, I don't think you can. Like United, obviously, it's been easier because United haven't been the United of old. So it's just kind of like, well, he's busy all the time. These mistakes might happen. Like you're gonna have these blunders, but when you're now gonna be getting better as a team, you're gonna invest. I'm sure in the summer, you're looking at the Canes and whatnot, and even like you look at his clean sheets. He's got 15 clean sheets. And we don't care.
Yep. Yeah, literally, yeah.
It's like
because we see the game.
Yeah, clean sheets normally mean safe hands. In this case, no. It just means your team just didn't concede for whatever reason.
We'll talk. Man, Edison's got more clean sheets than Allison. I would never take Edison above Allison.
No way. I think Allison's a way better goalkeeper.
He's the core number one in the league, to be honest.
Yeah. Has been for some years.
Has been for some years.
But there's a reason. Let's just put it this way: there's a reason he doesn't get a look in the Spain squad. And
there's also a reason he's a free agent in the summer. And I don't know about you, Jeff. I'm not hearing this team is making contact. This team is making contact. He's a free agent, but I'm not hearing that.
And you know why? It's because he's on $350K a week.
That too, yeah.
So. Like he's on a free, he's gonna want the same kind of money. It's not like he's being sold. Yeah. Like he's on a free, and we know now freeze is like your opportunity as a player to hit a club over the head because you're not spending. Yep. So now he's got a decision to make. He can go back to Spain. He'll probably get a team if he drops his price substantially, by like 50% or like to 200K. But as it stands, like if I'm at Man United, if I'm at Man United, we're paying this guy 375K a week. You're like, you know what? Let him go. Go look at Raya from Brentford. Go look at some other keepers because clearly the game, since the game has changed, he's not the same keeper.
Yeah. No, I agree. But yeah, it's mad because if you think about that list we just said, most man we said sell or bench, which lets you know just there ain't that many men in that United team that are actually good enough to start. Probably
No.
Varane, Martinez, Casemiro, and probably
Rashford.
Bruno potentially depending on where he plays, and Rashford. Maybe
Yes.
those five. That's it.
I'd say Anthony is like he needs to buck up his ideas a bit. Like he needs to drive a little bit more. There's a few things he needs to do, but he's good out there. Like him with the right back out there would work. He works back well. If you overlap, like he's got a decent left foot. Yeah. He should have scored a few times yesterday.
He should have.
Using the wrong technique, but yeah, like even the other players who you'd say are good enough on ability, Shaw is more than good enough on ability. Shaw is a good player, but thing with Shaw is another weak mental player, like mentality wise. Like, and there's Mourinho gets all the stick in the world. Mourinho wasn't wrong about anything he said. He said I had to hold Shaw's hand when I was on the sideline, and it seems like you need to, because otherwise he'll have these moments. I'm sure he said stuff about Martial. Was he wrong? No. Was he wrong about Pogba? Pogba left. Like Pogba's 6-7 years at United didn't work. There was a lot of reasons behind it, but it didn't work.
Yeah, the Pogba one's probably the most complicated one. The other two, I feel like, because obviously Mourinho's that type where if he sees that, like your maybe your character's not where he thinks it should be, he's not going to put his arm around you. He's going to try and say things to you to try and get a reaction from you. But again, depending on the type of personality you are, Shaw's probably the type that will go into his shell and be like, oh man, that's sad. And then Martial's the type to be like, bruv, what the fuck?
Probably sulk.
Probably, and that. So it's, and then with Pogba, it's just like, Pogba's probably just like, bro, I'm Pogba. Mourinho's like, I'm Mourinho. So that one, but Mourinho has one of those at every club. So that one was just Pogba. So no, just conscious of the time. Obviously, let's finish up with our man and fraud of the weekend. Jeff, who would you say is your man and fraud of the weekend?
Okay, man of the weekend. I'm gonna go with our captain, Odegaard. Think he's been great, even when people have dropped. He's kept us going. He's kept ticking. Last season there was like, he doesn't score enough goals. Like he plays great football, but you need to put some numbers on the board. 15 goals, 7 assists in the league. You're probably going to go down as one of the top scoring midfielders ever. Like I saw a stat where it said Yaya Toure, I think Yaya Toure's probably got one of the highest ever, right? He got like 20 in the season. But he scored 14 from open play. Odegaard's on 15. Like he's only him and De Bruyne are the only ones to score that many from open play in Prem history. So that kind of, and he's club captain, he's 24. Listen, man, he leads by example, man. I'm happy. Like what he was doing the other day was fantastic. Or yesterday, he was really, really good. Fraud of the weekend. Oh yeah, I'll give an honorable mention to Declan Rice. Sorry, as well. I think he was really good. Fraud of the weekend. Oh man, I can't think of that. Who do you have as it? Let me hear yours.
Well, actually, now after what Brighton did, you could say Brighton, but I was gonna give it to De Gea.
Oh yeah! Wow! Yeah. Oh yeah. Because your mistake actually led to your team losing the game. That was only your mistake. Yeah. He wins. Yeah, convincingly. I don't even know why I forgot about it. That stunk. That was terrible. Like you've put the pressure on yourselves because now Liverpool are going to be gunning for you in every way. They won 7 on the bounce. And here you are, we're losing 2 on the bounce.
Madness, just messing about.
it's not good enough.
Messing about. So I agree with you with the fraud of the weekend. I'm going to go with De Gea. And man of the weekend, I'll probably give it to Patrol. I'll probably say Chelsea because they finally won a game, but which is mad. But I'll probably give it to, or honorable mention, I'll probably give it to Salah. Not because he had an outstanding game or anything, but because of the achievement, 100 goals at Anfield. I think, like, wherever your thoughts are on him, his output is undeniable.
Second to none.
So when you reach a milestone like that, it should be highlighted, it should be praised. So I'm happy to give it to him. Big up AL saying fraud of the weekend goes to the fraud of the season, the one and only JGN fraudulent Arsenal fan.
Whoa.
Brother, don't worry. I'll see you outside, brother. I'll see you outside. Don't worry. Don't worry, brother. I'll come find you. You're the fraud of the season, bro. You're the fraud of the season. You know what I'm saying? Me and this guy, we literally have back and forth pretty much every day, bro. There's not one day when me and this guy don't beef on the group chats. Pretty much every day still. And it's always his fault. He's always at me. Always at me, bro.
I love those football beefs, man. They'll go to the end of time.
Bro, to the end of time. You know them ones that's like 9 man on the chat?
Yeah.
Half the time, the mandem don't even respond because it's just me and this guy just going back and forth.
400 messages later.
Bro, trust me, the guy's just a clown, bro. Big up AL, bro, every time. Big up AL every time, man. Yeah, you're the fraud of the weekend still. Big up AL. But yeah, listen, people, we're going to wrap up here. It's been a great show still. We might potentially be back midweek for a quick debate show before the Milan Derby Champions League semi-final. Sounds mad to even say. That's crazy to even say that. In fact, yeah, quick predictions, Jeff. Who you got winning tomorrow? Madrid City.
Where is it?
Madrid.
I think Madrid will win then. I think I'm going to go 2 or 3-1.
Okay. And AC Milan Inter?
Oh, man. That one's harder. I'm going to go 1-1.
I think Rafa Leao might be out, for the first leg.
Whoa. That changes a lot. Inter 2-0.
Yeah, I think if Leao doesn't play, Inter win. I think if Leao plays, it'll be a draw. But I've got a feeling Inter might go through anyway. I don't know why. I think Inter might get to the final. Because, yeah, I just think they might get to the final. Let me see who's technically home, innit? Obviously, Milan Derby, innit? So, technically, who's home, innit? But, AC Milan home first. So, they'll have more of their fans in the stadium. Yeah, I can see Inter going through still. But it'll be a mad game. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to it still. And Jadot's got City winning at Madrid 3-1. Impressive. Do that. And the AC will get to the final. Yeah, to be fair, the AC Inter one is 50-50 still. So it's technically Madrid City, even though I got City as favourites. That could be 50-50 T.
Yeah, bro. Like last season, we said there's no way City will win 3-1 and lost.
Yep.
So I'm just never sure. Like Pep in the Champions League, he overthinks a lot, and sometimes he might tweak something that doesn't need tweaking. So I want to see what he does in this first game. It'll give us an inkling or like a little insight into what he will do at home.
Yep, 100%. But yeah, people, we might be back on Wednesday. If not, we'll definitely be back end of the week or end of next week. We're going to keep them regular now again. Everyone's just been mad busy, Ramadan, etc. So yeah, but we're back at it again. So yeah, make sure you smash a like on the video. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram. We always appreciate the support. Leave a comment behind if you're watching this afterwards. And yeah, as we always say, spread the love, keep the positivity high. And yeah, hopefully everyone enjoys them. Bank holiday weekend coming to an end and back to the grind tomorrow, as they say. So yeah, people, we out. Peace.